Welcome to Srimati LP Savani Vidya Bhavan, Social Science Standard 10th.
Human development means ability of human being to lead successful and creative life as per their own interest, abilities and wisdom. Next, creation of human capabilities, securing equality and getting an opportunity to select in various fields. These points means that there should be an atmosphere where should be such that the human capabilities can be increased, right? We should provide such an atmosphere wherein a person can improve himself. Then securing equality relates to that each and every person should get equal opportunities to select the various field in which he is interested. Next, men living healthy, fine, fit and long life. Right? What kind of life we should have? Healthy, fine, fit and long life. If we are having long unhealthy life, that is not related to development. Acquiring knowledge through information and education, getting opportunity for monetary benefit. That also monetary benefits means every person should get an opportunity to earn as per his capabilities and his field of interest. Natural resources should be available all to improve living standards. Achieving qualitative lifestyle. Qualitative lifestyle is important. Removal of scalar and improvement of health related conditions. Obtaining personal and social security. Utilizing human rights. Obtaining individual and social security. Human rights are inherent to all human beings, so use it. The last point, it explains that human rights we inherit when we take birth in the particular place, right? So everybody has the human rights, therefore we should use our right. The term human development. This word is often used by media, political leaders, different institutions and government. This term developed and the term human development is used for expansion of human capabilities, prevalence of preferences, development of freedom and human right. Human development gives identification human development gives indication of many other things other than education, health, nutrition, controlling resources, etc. So from here what we can understand is that not only satisfying the human needs like education, health, entertainment uh, is referred as human development. We need much more than this for coming into the category of human development. As per the UNDP, that is the United Nations Development Program, it has defined human development as that human development is a process of extending human aspirations and essential subsistence services. This is the definition given by UNDP for human development. Thus, the objective of human development is to create same condition for everyone's life so that people may lead significant and creative life according to their talent. Earlier earlier human development was evaluated on the basis of economic development only. That means it was human development was directly related with economic development. We already know what is economic development. Thus earlier human development was related with economic development. That means the per capita income was considered as the only measure of human development. If the per capita income is increasing, it was understood that the human development was also taking place. All the nations of the world concentrated on increasing their gross national product, that is the GNP. However, despite of achieving economic success, there was no change in the life and quality of the life of the people. Thus, it would be incorrect to believe that human development can only be achieved by economic development, right? We cannot say that once a person is having enough money, that means he is well developed from with the other phases also, right? So human development is not only related to income but also on how to use income. We have seen many examples around us wherein we can see the people are having quite a lot of money, but the way of life that they are living is still maybe a orthodox kind of thinking they may have, the way of dressing, the way they talk, right? That in that ways they are not developed. So this all things are referred over here. Human development therefore is about getting opportunity to lead a successful and creative life according to one's own taste, interest, skill, intelligence, capabilities. Now, these dotted points which you can see on under the topic human development means, we are going to understand this. Human life includes peace, economic, social, political, and cultural fields. Now, due to indifferences or disgust towards improvement, low aspirations, illiteracy, lack of entrepreneurship, suspicion, superstition, orthodox traditions, along with improper use of natural resources, developing countries have not been able to achieve economic and social development. These are the reasons why developing countries have not been able to achieve desired economic and social development. Now we'll see to the next topic, that is Human Development Index, HDI. The concept of Human Development Index was propounded by Nobel Prize winner economist of India, that is Amartya Sen. First Human Development Report was published in 1990 with the help of Amartya Sen. Since then, under United Nations, development programs have been carried out, and this United Nations Development Program, a report is published every year. A worldwide analysis is presented on the basis of development of different nations in various dimensions. That means these UNDP reports are being generated for all the different nations depending on certain dimensions or criteria. The idea of Human Development Index was presented in the first report of human development published by United Nations Development Program, in which 3 dimensions of Human Development Index were used collectively. So that the 3 dimensions which are used in the UNDP are average age, knowledge, living, and third is living standard. The 3 dimensions which were used for generating the UNDP report were average age, knowledge, and living standard. Average age means the health of the people, knowledge, and living standard refers to the per capita income. Till 2009, the above mentioned 3 indicators were used to determine Human Development Index, that is HDI, by UNDP to prepare a report. For this, a new technique is being used since 2010. Since 2010, the 3 dimensions which are being used now are First is life expectancy index, that is LEI, that again refers to average age. Next is education index, EI. Third, income index, that refers to lifestyle. Let us understand these three dimensions in detail, that what it includes and how it is calculated. First is LEI, life expectancy index. This is for determining health and longevity at the time of birth of an infant, predicting for that how many years will the infant survive, and this is known as life expectancy, for which the highest is 83.6 years and the lowest expectancy is 20 years. These limits have been set. As per Human Development Report, life expectancy in 2015 was 68 years. Right? Life expectancy means determining that the basic, as per the facilities or the development of the country, how much longevity, healthy life the person is going to live when he takes birth in a particular place. So they have set certain limits, that is the highest is 83.6 years and the lowest is 20 years, and this way the life expectancy is being measured. Second, education index. Its two subdirections are as follows. Education includes two things, that is the mean years of schooling, that is MYS, and second is expected years of schooling. Mean years of schooling, it is the years spent in the school by an adult till the age of 25. Right? Up to the age of 25, how many years an adult child is going to spend in a school, for which the highest limit is 13.3 years and the lowest is 0 years, has been decided. So according to Human Development Report of 2015, average of schooling in India is 5.4 years. This is mean years of schooling we are talking about, that in India it is found that average 5.4 years is the time which is being spent by the children in school. Next is expected years of schooling. Expected, how much we should time should be spent in the school by the children. Approximate years that a child of 5 years will spend in school. At the age of 5 we start going to school, right? After that, how many years? For this, highest 18 years and the lowest is 0 years have been decided. Average years of schooling index is 11.7 years. Okay. Number 3, income index. For determining subsistence, gross domestic product, per capita GDP is replaced by gross national income, per capita GNI, that is the gross national income. According to Human Development Report 2015, per capita gross national income was $5,497, while per capita gross domestic product was $5,238. For calculating per capita income, any of the nation's income is calculated on the basis of currency of United States, which is known as the purchasing power parity. Okay, so now when we are calculating the per capita income of any nation, it is being calculated in the terms of US dollars, and this is called as the purchasing power parity. Now we know the dimensions or the criteria on which the Human Development Report is being generated. So for calculating the Human Development Index, highest and lowest value of every criteria is decided, and every index is calculated according to formula. On the basis of it, Human Development Index is obtained. Its rate is between 0 to 1 for any country. HDI depicts the difference that has to be covered to reach maximum 1. This means that as per the formula, when the HDI is calculated, it will range between 0 to 1, and the target of any country will be to achieve 1. Okay, so this difference is useful in comparing human development between various countries. On the basis of this, it could be known that the country is developing in which direction, how much back and forth it is in comparison to other countries. So let us see Human Development Report. Since 1990, Human Development Report, that is HDR, is published every year. Human Development Index of 188 countries included in Human Development Report 2015 is divided into 4 sections as per details given in the table below. You can see a table on the screen. Here we see classification of countries on the basis of Human Development Index as per Human Development Report. And these are the 4 divisions. It has been divided into 4 sections. The first is countries with human development. Next, division order, means the order of division, where do they stand, Human Development Index, and the main countries which fall into that category. So let us understand the table given on this page. The 4 categories, countries with human development. In that, the 4 categories are highest human development, number 2 high human development, number 3 medium human development, and 4th is low human development. Right? So column number 2 is division order. The highest human development, in that from number, we are in this table we should remember that the HDI of 188 countries is been shown. So in the first this division order, you can see there are 49 countries, 1 to 49, which come into the category of highest development human development. So what is the Human Development Index of the first group? That is above 0.802. We have to achieve 1. And here you can see the highest human development is 0.802. The countries which come into that category are Norway, Australia, Switzerland, Denmark, Netherlands, America, Singapore, Britain, Japan, France, etc. In all, 49 numbers are there. Next, second, high human development, number 50 to 105 is there in this category, and their human development index is 0.7 to 0.798, 700 to 798. Russia, Malaysia, Iran, Sri Lanka, Mexico, Brazil, China, Thailand, Jamaica. These are the countries falling into the high human development category. Third is medium human development, number 106 to 143. The HDI is 0.555 to 0.698. Indonesia, Philippines, South Africa, Iraq, India. These are the countries of medium human development. Number 4, low human development, 144 to 188, below 0.550. Kenya, Pakistan, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Niger, etc. Human Development Index of India was 0.428 in the year 1990, 0.496 in the year 2000, 0.586 in the year 2010, 0.604 in the year 2014, and 0.609 in the year 2015. Thus, progressive improvement can be seen or is observed in the HDI of India. Among the neighboring countries of India, the condition of Sri Lanka, China, Maldives is much better and are ranked above India in Human Development Index. whereas Bhutan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, and Afghanistan are ranked below India. On comparing the first 5 nations of Human Development Report, it is seen that in India still a lot of work needs to be done in order to achieve all the parameters like health, education, income, national income. Human development is not related with materialistic resources, but it is related with the live human resource. Challenges which come in the way of progress of human development according to Human Development Index and which are specially focused are health, sex ratio, women. The challenges which are focused are uh, health, sex ratio, and women empowerment. Let us see health. In the developing countries like India, attention has been focused on population, common disease, malnutrition, handicapped, contagious disease like AIDS, mental disorder, and matter related to it. Expenditure on health is not only for improving quality of life, but it is also an investment in human resource development. India has made lot of progress in the field of health. Vaccination programs have been started by providing them vaccination OPV for polio, BCG, hepatitis B, DPT, measles, MMR, and typhoid. A campaign has been started against deficiency of iodine, vitamin, and iron. Diseases like plague, smallpox, leprosy have been eradicated. Diseases like measles, chickenpox, malaria, dengue, hepatitis, leprosy, tuberculosis, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, etc. have been controlled substantially. Decline in birth rate, mortality rate, child mortality rate has been recorded. There is a decrease in the birth rate, mortality rate, child mortality rate, and even uh, life expectancy rate has increased. As the ladies, children, and poor people are not getting nutritious food, suffering from lack of nutrients, basic minerals, many vitamins, and proteins, their development has either stopped or their development is incomplete. Environmental pollution and poisonous gases are another challenge in our daily life. Increasing urbanization, crowded habitats have created more problems for newly raised health facility. In order to face these challenges, it has become especially important to focus on health agenda and changes to be done reportedly. Point number 2, gender equality. Indian Constitution guarantees equality and justice to all the citizens. According to the census of 2011, out of total population, 48.46% female and 51.54 males are there. We can see the difference between the proportion or the percentage of male and female. We are talking about gender equality. Due to biological differences and differences in upbringing and expectations from social and cultural perspective, path of development of male and female is different. Right? We all know that the biological differences are always there, but there is a difference seen in the upbringing of a male and a female. Even the expectations are different from both the genders. Right? So even today, in many families, women are engaged in household chores, cooking, or bringing up children. They do not have any contribution in economic earnings of the family or country. They do not have any power to take decisions in the family. They suffer from inadequate health care. They are deprived from economical and educational rights. They experience discrimination in their clothes, games, opportunities of education. We all know this very well. food, hangout, ethics, right? The way of clothing, the games that the females can enjoy, the opportunity of education is totally different than a male. The places of hangouts for the girls, no, ethics and behavior values are differently specified or expected from the females. They become victim of child marriage, parda system, dowry system and many other social evils due to low literacy rate among them. They are forced to become victim of child infanticide, low respect, desire to have a son, social traditions and sexual discrimination. Inequality is seen in economic, political, social, cultural and religious field. This inequality with the between the male and the female is seen in all the fields of the society. Generally, all the states in India have male dominance at high posts, high income, more profit, more salary in industries as well as jobs. The proportion of female members of parliament is hardly 12.2%. Less proportion of female is there in parliament, Vidhan Sabha, senior officers, managers, directors, sorry, directors of companies, commercial and technical fields. In every field, we can see less number of females, particularly on the higher post. Even discrimination in other fields is clearly evident. But it is not that at present the same scenario is going on. The government has already started with the efforts of women empowerment. Women empowerment. If a woman is educated, she would educate a house, a society, and ultimately entire nation. Right? If one woman is educated, she comes into the touch of the whole family. Right? Obviously, the family will get educated, and when the family is educated, all the members, when they are moving out, they are ultimately responding to the society or the nation. Thus, education of women is very, very important. Women are active in the field of social service, literature, journalism, sports, education, and acting these days. We have been watching women working as social worker, literator, journalist, sports person, educator, and actor on TV and news channels. Women employment is expanding from working as a laborer to work in business and commerce, communication, and many other jobs because of increasing education, training, and skilled programs. There are so many programs in the and certain things carried out by the government to empower women. Still, there is a lot of scope of developments for extending it, we have to make a lot of efforts. Steps taken to stop women exploitation. For women security, 181 Abhayam Women Helpline has been started in Gujarat. We are talking about to stop women exploitation. Exploitation is done everywhere. It is in the home also, outside, where in the working place also. Now, to help these people, the women who are being exploited in all different ways, a helpline has been started by the Gujarat government called as 181 Abhayam for helping women suffering from various types of violence. They may also even get guidance for their progress just by making a call. This 181 is just like a helpline, just we have 100 and all the other numbers. It works 24/7 for the women, helping the women. Along with the help, they also can get, the women can also get guidance related to their progress, but just by making a call. Women court have been set up so that poor women get justice easily, and women welfare centers have been set up to solve social, legal and employment related problems of women, right? So separate women courts have also been started so that the justice has been imparted easily, particular for the poor women also, the process gets easier, and women welfare centers also have been set up to solve social, legal, and employment related problems of the women. The government has become vigilant to provide protection to women against physical, mental, and sexual exploitation. By passing a law in the parliament, working women have been given protection against sexual harassment in the government office, private business, or as maid. Many welfare schemes also have been started for the women by the government. Since 1980, many plans and programs related to women development in India has been implemented. The National Commission for Women was set up in 1992. National Policy for Empowerment of Women 2001 was set up by the Department of Women and Child Development. United Nations has declared 1975 as Women's Year. It also has declared 1975 to 1985 decade as the decade of Women's Decade. 2001 was celebrated as Women Empowerment Year. An act has been amended to give them equal right in family property. Certain schemes have been started. Various schemes of Gujarat government have been started for providing equality to women. Let us see the various schemes started by the Gujarat government for equality of women. Gujarat government has set Women and Child Development Department in 2001 for social, economical and educational progress of women. Gujarat government emphasized on women empowerment by stressing on three aspects of development of women, that is educational empowerment, women health and women safety. Right, these are the three main phases on which it has concentrated. For this purpose, government has implemented various schemes. Let us see the schemes. The first one is with the intention of encouraging girls' education, school entrance ceremony and girl education chariot festival have been started in Gujarat. As a result, 100% admission and increase in women literacy can be seen. Next, in Gujarat, girl child in the villages having less than 35% women literacy rate or of families living below poverty line in urban areas are given Vidya Lakshmi bond at the time of admission in the primary or secondary school. Okay? Vidya Lakshmi bond is given to the girl child in the villages where there is 35 less than 35% of women literacy, or to the families living below poverty line. Next is Saraswati Sadhana Yojana. Under this, 1,50,000 girls have been given cycles free of cost. Girls going out of village to study are given this facility to travel free in ST bus. This is particularly for the remote areas wherein the transportation is an issue. Girls are not allowed to go to the next village because the school is somewhere else. Now, to encourage that, cycles also have been distributed, and this free facility to travel in an ST bus is also given to the girls for education. Sabala Yojana. Under this, it provides nutritional food to adolescent girls and to develop their skills. Next is Gujarat government has made provision Gujarat government has made provision of 33% reservation for women in government. In local self-government institutions, women reservation percentage has been increased from 33 to 50%. Rashtriya Swavalamban Yojana has been implemented to provide pension to the proletarians and destitute old people in the later half of their life. Other than this, destitute widows are given economic help so that they are not forced to lead poor life. That comes under Rashtriya Swavalamban Yojana. Under Mission Mangalam Yojana, government provides economic help to the women through Sakhi Mandal to make them self-reliant. For women health, E-Mamta program has been started in which pregnant women are registered through mobile technology and Mamta card is issued. so that so that death at the time of maternity may be controlled. Along with it, regular health checkup is done, and after the birth of the child, health of mother and child is taken care through vaccination program. For abolition of gender discrimination, Save Girl Child, Beti Bachao Abhiyan has been started. Beti Badhao, Beti Padhao program has also been started. Scheduled caste and scheduled tribe pregnant women are provided medicines, laboratory test, operation facility free of cost under Chiranjeevi Yojana. Thus, these are all the various schemes started by Gujarat government. If we take a deep look into our streets and villages, we find that pregnant women are not getting proper nutrition, underweight child is born, child is suffering from malnutrition, not going to Anganwadi or school, children studying in school may not be able to read or write, study is abandoned midway, daughters are not sent to for higher studies, youth may not be getting employment, somebody may die because of accident, somebody is suffering from some serious disease. All these kind things affect human development index of our country. Thus, if not only government but also the citizens of the country become active, then only this direction of development can be achieved.